Few people know this, but there is a trick used by bodybuilders and fitness models to make veins pop out instantly. And no, it's not dangerous at all. If you want to increase your vascularity quickly and naturally, stay with me until the end, and I'll show you how. Many people would like to know how to improve the vascularization of their body, especially in the arms and forearms. Visible veins in the arms create the impression of more defined and sculpted muscles, conveying an image of strength and athletic conditioning.
Oh my goodness.
This aesthetic aspect is also seen as attractive, which motivates many men to seek more evident vascularization. Fortunately for that, there are effective techniques that can speed up this process and bring faster results. In this video, I will discuss the secrets and strategies behind this characteristic that attracts attention everywhere. However, before you start, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and activate the notification bell so you don't miss any more content about how to maximize your training gains and your health. Genetics plays a fundamental role in vascularization, influencing factors such as skin thickness, the amount of stored fat, and even the diameter of the veins. Some people are naturally predisposed to have more visible veins due to thinner skin and less fluid retention, while others face more difficulty due to genetic characteristics that favor a greater accumulation of subcutaneous fat or less vascular dilation. However, this does not mean that those with less vascularization cannot achieve good results. With the right combination of training, diet, and specific strategies, it is possible to significantly improve the visibility of veins. In bodybuilding, for example, vascularization is not always a determining criterion for success. Renowned athletes, such as Dexter Jackson, have less evident vascularization compared to names like Branch Warren, but this does not directly impact their performance or aesthetics in the sport. Body fat percentage is one of the most important factors in determining the visibility of veins, as the subcutaneous fat layer acts as a barrier between the muscles and the skin, hiding the vascularization. The larger this layer, the less noticeable the veins will be, regardless of the size or dilation of the blood vessels. Therefore, individuals with a lower fat percentage tend to have much more evident vascularization. This is why the veins in the arms are usually more visible than in the abdomen, as the abdominal region tends to store more fat, making it difficult to expose the vascularization. In addition, the body fat percentage varies between the sexes. Women, for hormonal reasons, naturally have more body fat and a greater tendency to retain water, which reduces the visibility of veins compared to men. In bodybuilders, vascularization becomes more pronounced as the fat percentage decreases, especially during periods of muscle definition, where the goal is to minimize body fat as much as possible in order to highlight muscles and veins. Training time has a significant impact on vascularization, as it affects both muscle development and blood vessel adaptation. Over the years of training, the body undergoes structural changes that favor vascularization. During each training session, the heart pumps a greater volume of blood to the working muscles, which temporarily increases blood pressure and causes blood vessels to dilate. This effect, known as a pump, is momentary, but with constant resistance exercise, the veins can become thicker and permanently dilated, becoming more visible even at rest. In addition, the larger the muscle, the more it presses the veins against the skin, making them easier to see. This means that individuals with high muscle density tend to have more evident vascularization. Muscle growth itself also requires a greater demand for oxygen and nutrients, causing the body to develop a more efficient capillary network to meet this need. Endurance athletes, such as long-distance runners, can also develop greater vascularization due to increased capillarization, although in these cases, the visibility of the veins depends more on the percentage of fat than on muscle size. Another important point is that individuals who have been training for a longer period of time tend to have less fluid retention and better regulation of electrolytes, which also contributes to more visible vascularization. In other words, the more years of training, the greater the physiological adaptation of the body, resulting in more prominent veins and a more defined appearance. Fluid retention can also mask vascularization, making it difficult to see veins. Between the muscle and the skin, there is a layer of water that can create a swelling effect, making the skin thicker and less translucent, which hides the veins. This accumulation of fluid can be caused by several factors, including diet, excessive consumption of sodium and carbohydrates, dehydration, hormone levels, and even prolonged periods of sedentary lifestyle. Sodium, for example, plays an important role in regulating fluid retention. Excess salt causes cells to retain water, reducing muscle definition. The ideal is to keep your intake below 2,000 milligrams of sodium per day and balance it with an adequate intake of potassium, which helps eliminate fluids. Carbohydrates store water along with muscle glycogen, which can increase the volume of fluid retained in the body. In addition, hormonal fluctuations, such as high cortisol levels due to stress, can intensify retention, creating a softer and less vascularized appearance. Another crucial factor is dehydration. When the body perceives a low fluid intake, it activates retention mechanisms to preserve water, which can lead to the opposite effect to the desired one. Drinking an adequate amount of water daily helps to avoid this problem and maintain a healthy balance. Often, what people believe to be chronic retention is actually a higher fat percentage. Excess body fat can give the impression of bloating and soften muscle contours, making vascular definition even more difficult. Therefore, reducing body fat and maintaining good hydration, in addition to controlling sodium and carbohydrate intake, are essential strategies for those who want more evident vascularization. If you want to have more visible veins and that impressive vascularization, there are some fundamental strategies that can help you achieve this goal more quickly and efficiently. Reduce stress. Stress raises cortisol levels, a hormone that can increase water retention and hinder vascularization. Controlling stress through a good night's sleep, meditation, and exercise can help reduce retention. Balancing sodium and potassium levels. Sodium retains water within cells, while potassium helps eliminate excess fluids. Keeping these two minerals balanced is essential to prevent retention. It is important to maintain a stable sodium intake to avoid spikes that can trigger retention mechanisms in the body. Adequate hydration. Many people think that drinking less water reduces fluid retention, but it's actually quite the opposite. When the body senses a low fluid intake, it goes into defense mode and starts retaining more water in the tissues, making it harder to define muscles and improve vascularization. On the other hand, staying well hydrated causes the body to eliminate excess fluids naturally, reducing swelling and making veins more visible. In addition, water improves blood circulation and the transport of nutrients, optimizing performance during workouts. If your goal is more visible vascularization, don't cut out water. Drink plenty throughout the day to maintain balance and enhance your results. Use of supplements. Citrulline is a supplement that can help with vascularization. Unlike arginine, which is not always effective for everyone, citrulline is metabolized in the kidneys and converted to arginine more efficiently. Studies show that doses between 6 grams and 8 grams are effective in improving blood vessel dilation and circulation. If these tips are making sense to you and helping you understand how to improve your vascularity, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on more content like this. And now, to wrap things up, I have a bonus tip that can give your vascularity an instant boost. If you already have a low body fat percentage and want that impressive vascular effect during your workout, there is a simple trick that many athletes use, but few talk about. This secret can make your veins pop almost instantly, making your muscles look fuller and more defined. The secret is to increase your carbohydrate and sodium intake before your workout. Carbohydrates increase muscle glycogen volume, drawing more water into the muscles, while sodium helps muscle contraction and improves blood pressure. This trick provides a more intense pump effect during your workout. Achieving a more vascular physique takes time, consistency, and the right approach. By managing your body fat percentage, optimizing your training, staying hydrated, and fine-tuning your diet, you can maximize your vascularity and overall muscle definition. Remember, small adjustments can make a big difference. Keep pushing forward, stay disciplined, and soon you'll start seeing the results you're after. See you in the next video.